Tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from colleagues of the Port Arthur store clerk who was gunned down while on the job. Monday's murder at this Valero gas station on West Gulfway claimed the life of 39-year-old Manoj Fernando. It was only his third day on the job. Good evening to you. I'm Jordan Williams. The store's regional supervisor tells 12 News Fernando, or Anton as they called him, was hired on Thanksgiving. He was from Sri Lanka and was living in Bridge City. Surveillance cameras caught the gunman murdering Anton only seconds after he went inside. So far, police have not been able to identify that suspect. Kyle Orr joins us from the store tonight as the community struggles to understand why and how this happened.
I spoke with the regional manager who happens to have the same first and last name as the victim, Manoj Fernando. He says that Fernando was a caring, hard-working individual who never hesitated to show up to his shift with a smile.
Losing him is a big effect for me. It's heartbreaking, like a brother,
Manoj Fernando is the regional supervisor overseeing 5 stores in the Port Arthur area. He shares the same first and last name as the victim, 39-year-old Manoj Fernando of Bridge City, who went by Anton for short. The regional supervisor refused to show his face on camera for fear of retaliation.
Last 60 days, I got robbed all the 5 stores that is in this town, Port Arthur. It's a really bad situation, we are in a small town.
Fernando says Monday's fatal shooting marks the second time this Valero store had been hit, and it was just Anton's third day on the job.
He was making a coffee and just didn't have time to get into the counter.
Fernando says this man, dressed in all black, murdered Anton in cold blood.
He just shot him straight, not even like 3-4 feet away from him. But he just started. What got you to kill him?
Fernando says though Anton was new to his store, he already established a reputation as a humorous, hard worker who loved to cook.
A month ago, he cooked and he invited everybody to come and have the dinner with him. When somebody is needed off, he used to cover, He don't mind working long hours and giving some other people a chance to rest.
Fernando says Anton was working at the store to support his family back home in Sri Lanka.
He was taking care of his mom from here. His mom is paralyzed in Sri Lanka. He ended up his life. His family gonna suffer. And same way the person who did it is gonna have to have consequences as well,
Fernando says he wants justice for Anton and for him and his employees to be able to work without fearing for their lives.
We lost a life, good life,
Police are still searching for the suspect. If you have any information on the identity of the shooter, please call Port Arthur Police. In Port Arthur, Kyle Orr, 12 News.
Thanks, Kyle. And stay with 12 News on air, online, and streaming on 12 News Plus. We are staying in touch with investigators. We'll keep you updated as we learn more about the killing of Manoj Fernando.